Hi guys, for this video, we're gonna talk about my first time pickling and canning cucumber and zucchini. So a lot has happened. I've learned a lot in the process, so my husband and I decided that we should try it first before we get our massive harvest for the season, if we're ever gonna get some. So I'd started the whole process with, of course, washing the jar that we bought from the store, making sure it's nice and clean before I even do anything else. So this is me soaping it, rinsing it, and putting it on a pot, on the canning pot, so that I can boil it. So this is me adding water to the canning pot. I have not realized how big this thing is. I probably have to put water this way for like 20 times before I fill the whole pot. And inside the pot, there is only 7 jars that could fit. So I figured I don't know how many jars I'll be needing. This is my first time doing it, so might as well put them all in there. The next step that I did is, of course, we've washed both the zucchini and the cucumber. Make sure they don't have any chemicals on them. Like the zucchini, they came from our garden, so I don't worry too much. After that, we cut the top and the bottom. I want to emphasize that. You want to cut the top and the bottom of your cucumber and of your zucchini because they releases chemicals that will kind of like mess up with your pickling process. Next is we've added like pickling salt. They said it's a salt, it's a kind of salt that has no added chemicals into it, like iodine or something like that. I'm not pretty sure. But we specifically bought a pickling salt, and it says in every 2 pounds of cucumber, you want to add 2 teaspoon or tablespoon of salt. At this point, I'm just estimating. And then it says like put ice on top of it and soak it for 2 to 3 hours. Now, apparently, I have read a lot of information on canning and pickling groups, and they said you can actually soak your cucumber and your zucchini for overnight if you really want it to be crisp. So in this video, I did variety. I did chip style, and I did like the, what do you call those, long style cucumbers for your pickling. So again, I want to remind everybody, you want to take the top and the bottom of your zucchini and of your cucumber if you want to pickle them. So at least if you're cutting them out, and put salt and then put ice, and you can keep it on a room temperature and let it soak for a minimum of 2 hours to a maximum, I think, of overnight. So that's one thing I've learned throughout the process. So this is after that, I went to my garden and cut my dill plant because my husband liked dill pickles. So I make sure I have dill for it, and it says in harvesting your dill, you don't want to have the hard stems on it. You only want to have the kind of like the leaves. You leave the flowers and the hard stem. And of course, like standard procedure, wash your dill and then get it ready. So while my cucumbers and my zucchini are soaking, I've decided it's also a good use of time to start peeling off your garlic skins. So a little bit of tip to everybody: in order for you to peel off your garlic really easily, all you have to do is use your knife, press it flat, and that should help you remove the skins in your garlic. So what I did is 3 cloves of garlic per jar. So that's me taking the skins of my garlic, and I counted how many jars I have, which result to me needing about 21 cloves of garlic. So after peeling the garlic off, I did do the peppers because my husband also liked spicy stuff, so I did cut up my peppers. I'm not sure if this is Hungarian pepper, but it's a kind of pepper that I got from our garden as well. So when all of this are happening, while I'm waiting for the jar to boil up and get warm, while I'm waiting for the cucumber and the zucchini to soak enough, I have also decided to go ahead. Actually, I waited a little bit, but 30 minutes before my 2 hour timer with the cucumber and the zucchini, I went ahead and let my brine solution boil. So for the brine, it says for every 1 cup of water, or for every 2 cups of water, you want 1 cup of vinegar. Again, for every 2 cups of water, you want 1 cup of vinegar. In this video, I did 8 cups of water, which gives me about 4 cups of vinegar. And then 4 tablespoons of pickling salt. So all you have to do really is to wait until it boils and wait until the salt has dissolved. While all of that is happening, I'm trying to take my jars off a really hot water. I even need to use a step stool for this because it's really high, and all the while stirring my brine solution. So you can like do this simultaneously. However, no matter how fast you want it to be, it will still take hours for it to be done. So I did put the garlic on the jar while the jar is still warm. I put mustard seed. I did 1 tablespoon of mustard seeds per jar, and then 1 tablespoon of peppercorn per jar as well, and then of course the dill. So it says like 2 or 3 branches of dill, if clumps of dill as you say it. And then once you're done, you want to put your cucumbers, but do not forget to wash and rinse your cucumbers and pickles again. So before I did stuck them on the jar, I make sure that I rinse them up one more time, and then stuck it in a jar, make sure they fit nicely. So I prepared 7 jars, but later did I know I do not have enough cucumber for all 7 of them, and I was only able to fill 3 of them. Actually, the zucchini jar, I purposely not fill it because I wanna know the difference between cucumber and zucchini. So when my brine boiled, then I like pour it all over my jar. Make sure you leave about 1/2 inch headspace so that your jar doesn't overflow. So this is me trying to take out the extra air bubbles at the bottom and then leaving that 1/2 inch headspace. So once you're done with that, you want to make sure you wipe the tip of your jars. Make sure they're nice and clean. I did put some vinegar on my paper towel, and then rinse it clean, and then seal it off with your rings. So once I'm done with that, I did transfer it to the conning pot to let it boil. So I'm done after letting it boil for 10 to 15 minutes. Now we just wait until it sets for about 24 hours. Now, you guys, I've learned a lot of things on the Facebook group, and it says that with pickles, you actually don't need to water bath them in order to seal your jars. As long as your brine is boiling hot when you pour it down, you cover it with the lid, it should seal itself. Because what happened to mine is when my husband tasted it, my pickles are super soggy. So they said if you don't want to have a soggy pickles, you can put pickle crisps, or you don't water bath it, because technically the solution that the pickles has is already antibacterial. So there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to try, but all in all, I'd say that I'm removing the leads in this video. All in all, I'd said that trying it for the very first time was definitely worth the experience, as long as I can preserve my harvest for the season. So we're definitely gonna give it a try on not water batting it. Hope you stay tuned on that part. Thank you for watching. I hope you had fun watching. Happy pickling!